Welcome to the Pokemon Squad, guys. It's getting dark outside, so we need some more light. We're installing a 50-inch light bar. We are going with the brand Nilight. I do believe they are a good, respectable brand. This video isn't sponsored. I wish it was, but we are going with this big thing here. We're going to show you how to put it on your Uforce 800 XL. You are going to need a light bar. This one comes with the wiring harness. You're going to need one of those as well. You're going to need some mounting hardware. This one came with some, but to fit it on ours, I also bought this. I'll show you the listing on Amazon where I got this from. You can get all this from the links in the description. And this will help us light it up. We'll show you how to do it. Just stay tuned. Alright, so we've got our brackets. It's pretty simple the way they work. They're just going to squeeze around your cage. You'll need to loosen up your windshield if you have one a little bit. If you're wondering where we got this from, we've got a video that you can check out. So it'll just sit there. This one will go there. I guess get it where you want. You may need to adjust it. They've given you these so you can put them on your cage to keep this from, you know, kind of rubbing. And then you'll just put the included screws in here, and we'll get that mounted on both sides, and then we will get our light bar on there. All right, so we've got this bolted on there. It's on there really good. You've seen we just clasped around here and then just put our bolts right through. So now we have a spot to mount our light bar. So let's go ahead and dig it out of the package. And we will attach our mounts to the side here. It came with some mounts, as you saw earlier, but they're really tall. So I actually purchased some shorter ones. Let me go grab those. Alright, so this little kit here is also from Nilight. Just went Nilight all the way. And we've got some shorter brackets here that we'll use. And of course there's some hardware and stuff we'll dig out. And we'll just put these onto the sides and then mount it up top. Alright, we went ahead and just put our screws in the side of the light bar. And then put the bolt that the light bar came with into our mounts. Get a picture of what it looks like. Of course, we do have a lift kit on this if you're wondering about that. You can watch our video on our playlist. I think that looks great. What do you think, Dallas? Alright, now it is time for our wiring harness. So we've got a relay here. You don't have to really worry about that. With this right here, we'll go to our battery, and that's really all we've got to worry about, except for the part down here that will go to our light bar. I'm going to hook this up to my bus bar, but I'll show you all that in a minute. Okay, so you'll take the ends we need to attach to our light bar, and you'll just kind of feed it up. And there's a little slot right up in here. It pops out conveniently right there. And I've already done it, but we'll just connect our light bar to that. And already just put this on the battery and it is bright. But I'll show you that in a little bit. And so the next thing we can do is just kind of plot where we're going to send our wires to. The switch needs to go inside. Luckily, they've got a spot where it can disconnect. So we'll show you where we can get that inside. And then, of course, this needs to, really probably the easiest spot is to go to your winch right here to get your power. Just do the black and the red. But I'm going to put mine over here on this bus bar. And it supplies power. And if you want to see that, I've got a video on it too. So let's get to it. Alright, so if we come down here, we have access to the firewall, and we can just kind of pop this loose, and there's like a little notch there. We're going to run our wire that goes to our switch. We're going to run it right through there, and we'll show you where it pokes out. I'm just going to kind of get it all up in there, and we'll line our wires up. That way we can kind of put our little gasket back on here. Alright, so let's just look through here and see if we can tell where our cable's coming from. Right up there. We don't want it to be touching anything that's moving, and so we'll probably just attach to this little wiring harness right there and just run it up into this section. I'll show you how to remove this. You just kind of tug it here at the bottom, firmly but gently, and then you kind of work your way up and just kind of do that with the top two. Just kind of shake it a little bit. Now you've got access from behind there. Just simply push this cable up there, following that little wiring harness. We can push these out from the other side, and then we should be able to take our other switch and just shove it in and connect the wires, and we'll be almost done. Okay, so I popped this little blank out from the inside. It pushes out, and then this one can just push in, and then I shoved the wire through there, connected them down here. I will zip tie it all up to keep it nice. I'll run it along that wiring harness I showed you, and then our positive and negative, I ran it over to my bus bar. I ran it to my accessory power and to my battery. The reason I did that, the way it's wired on the back, is so when you turn the key on, you get this little light, and then you can see it's a big difference. That's it. The rest is just clean up. I recommend putting their wires together with some of this. It's a way better connection. It's waterproof. And then I'll show you the wiring diagram here. If you're going to hook it up straight to your battery, you need to do it this way. That way that little light isn't on all the time. But if you do it like me, I wired it that way, and it's mostly pre-wired. You really just need to decide what you do with one of the two, which is really nice and simple. Then it will come on when you turn that key on, which I think looks really nice. Like I said, just to put this on, you just light it up, pop it back on, zip tie everything up nicely. That relay is just kind of just sitting back there. I'll zip tie it in with everything. There's no need to screw it down, and that's it. I definitely recommend getting one of these bus bars. They weren't really expensive. I do have a video on how to hook it up. I promise you can do it. But it does make stuff like this a lot easier, and you don't have to worry about hooking it up to your winch. Alright guys, let's go look and see how bright it is out there after I do my zip ties up, and then I'll show you what it looks like tomorrow in the daylight. Just on the machine in general. And don't forget to peel off your plastic. I'll do that later, but do it before you get it baked on there with these bright lights. Alright guys, I'll see you outside.